figuring things out, or is
Come
this
on,
like the
Matt.
start of their downfall? Matt, you gotta help
He's
me
not
out
gonna
here,
give me a
'cause
yes
I'm
or
still,
no. Come on,
I'm
Matt.
still like half and half here.
There's no chance AAAd gets so nervy this time. Not a chance at all.
Is that a yes?
I think the AAAd will be able to sweep it out 2-0. 100%. I'm full send on this outcome, Keg. No questions asked, but we're going to blast our way into the drafts right now, Dan. Let's get down to business.
I mean, Rival look already coordinated. They finally got all of the animated lords. They're all running the champion Devil Dino. So, Synergy, lockdown on Rival. Is it enough for a map 3? Matsy says no.
Nope. I'm full send on that outcome. No way. No way this time. But we are going to see our fans lock through, so it will be Gambit's gone and the Mantis to follow. We do see the dinosaurs are locked in for our Protect here, and let's see what else they can capture.
Do we see Rocket Raccoon become a little bit more of an emphasis here? That's going to be the big question. We saw how well it played in past series, especially when the Rocket Raccoon was secured one-sided. We'll see if any of these teams take inspiration from that. So far, that has not been the case. Rival do take away the hit scan option of the Phoenix that has been very, very strong in the current meta here in Season 8.0. AAAd will respond by limiting some of that strategist lineup as Rival looking to secure the Rocket Raccoon. Maybe make it one-sided. AAAd could easily use their second save on it.
Yeah, they've got that option there, should they propose that path forward. Looks like the Phoenixes will not be rising up this time, as they will be shut out of this game. And let's see what the next Protect will be. Star-Lord could be on the floor this time. Okay. They could have Rocket Band against them, though, now, which would certainly disengage some of that. Yep, and there it is. So, interesting points of focus there. Now RVL having the single-sided rocket. I mean, we saw how that went in the last series, right? Is it going to happen again?
Very well could be. AAAd are going to have to play a little bit more differently in terms of trying to get that early tempo down. That's really been where I feel like AAAd have the best chance of trying to shut down this Rocket Raccoon. Make sure you win the first fight so that you have a little bit of that buffer, right? Get a little bit of that percentage point into your bank. And then if Rival do have a chance to overwhelm you, at the very least, AAAd, you win that first fight. You're able to get a little bit of that map space and try to either match the aggression coming in from Rival or just wait for another day, right? You can concede a fight where the CYA becomes too much to handle. AAAd, it's just a matter of can you bounce back fast enough. That will be where we see AAAd in terms of how they navigate around the CYA. So, AAAd, they are running that double strategist lineup. Quasit on the Luna Snow, Mandu teaming up with Quasit on the White Fox. So, AAAd have a lot of utility, have a lot of crown control. Can AAAd outpace Rival?
All going to be tested right now as No Smite is back to bite on the Cap there, but Netra is the same. Cap are one of their staple vanguards as well, and I'm ready to see what they can do into this one as Rocco is already scouting ahead of this one. No Smite looking to play around them as well here. If they can look to separate some of the team before they can even engage, this would be huge. Spocky already being focused down here. So this is really just to tie things up before they can start to activate. The strategists are in trouble as Lick and Proxies crumble, and RVL will stumble away immediately. It's a complete wipeout. Rocco locking down the 4-piece and the mission area.
Great looks from AAAd. This was a must-win fight for AAAd. They know if they want to up the tempo here, try to match what Rival Esports want to do in terms of aggression, they have to shut down the strategist as soon as possible. Lick going down there means that no BRB is going to save them, because with him going down, BRB also goes down at the same time. So AAAd, great looks in terms of that target priority, taking down Lick first before Proxies and the rest of Rival crumble. And now Rival being in that back foot here. It's going to be up to Zeph if he's able to get a well-timed Galactic Legend, but Snake is kind of just dipping him.
Yeah, just really hitting different onto this one, aren't they? And it doesn't matter if a lick can bring some of the players back because their whole team is getting wiped out quicker than they can be brought back into the battle here. But the back cap from Zeph there. Okay, I see what you're trying to achieve. A snake with the delayed quad as well. Looking good into this one, and they will be skating ahead of the battle.
Now AAAd get closer and closer to the Galactic Legend, but Rival will have it at their disposal. Can they shut down Lick? That will be the big question for AAAd. Are they able to pull the trigger before Rival deem that now is a good time, because Lick is getting closer and closer to that CYA? And how well can AAAd handle it? All right, they're going to handle it with passing and flying colors as Lick does find the exit trade onto Rocco, as Rival still are getting staggered left and right, but at the very least, it will be traded out.
Yeah, we'll be traded out in this instance, and we're going to see if they can lock it up in a second here. AAA almost have 6 ults in play, so it could be a 6-top play, but CYA coming into play with the Galactic Legend there from Zap, forcing out the dance floor. Tubado's down, so that's a good start. Now I need to see if they can rip more apart of this one. Ooh, calling guard from Rocco though, ready with a Galactic Legend of their own. Lick going down. Netra trying to play into the Freedom Charge here, but it isn't going to enable them. They've already lost 2 players onto this one. AAAd are layering them down, but HK Mario does stop them in their tracks there. Devil Beast Rampage trying to match the Kubio Unleashed here. The boundary is good and great even, and they will be looking to skate ahead, but now it's portal time. Lick saying hello. And maybe goodbye in a second.
I mean, Rival were able to get the flip down, so this is a winning scenario for Rival. They just have to try to stall as long as possible, but with the Invisible Woman going down on the side of Rival, AAAd just capitalize. Everyone on Rival are going to fall. Lick quickly switches over to the Doctor Strange to try to channel a portal, but with how fast AAAd were able to get the eliminations onto Rival, no one was able to at least touch in order to trigger 8 more seconds of that first round being extended.
Yeah, they did the best they could there, you know, tried to stall it out as long as possible. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough there. So, going to be moving on to our next point of contention. Next objective here in the Super Soldier Factory. Wonder if we'll find Kagan here, as we will be. Going to lock it down once again, Dan. And Proxy's just making a change up. They're going to the Ultron this time. Lick going to be playing into the Invisible Woman here. And, nope. It's Jeff, not the Invisible Woman. I like the change-up.
Yeah, I mean, it's Super Soldier Factory. You have a lot of environmental KO potential online on that map, and Lick wants to try to take advantage of it, utilizing the Jeff. But the only downside is you're not going to have any sort of team up. We've seen Jeff become a very, very big staple in preseason, especially because of the team up between the Venom as well as the Deadpool. Providing all that utility, Lick is just going to use the Jeff to provide speed bubbles to give Rival just a slight advantage in terms of that map positioning, as AAAd not going to have a lot of ultimates to work with here. Spocky could easily come up huge with the CYA.
Yeah, could be exactly what they need here. Just need to push their way towards it. If Spocky gets shut down, though, it could be a big problem. They're already taking a bit of punishment there. AAAd, though, taking a bit of their own. They're trying to zone it out. Does allow more time for Spocky to charge up into this one, and AAAd really facing a big ton of punishment there. HK Mario almost second out of play as well, but there it is. CYA is available if they need it. There it goes. We'll bring it into play. Proxy's going down, brought back by the BRB. It don't matter. They do catch Mandu. Tuba going down as well. RVL looking to spell trouble for AAA, and they will be able to secure the early capture.
And this time around, the CYA will enable elimination. Zeft and Spocky in that past fight in round number 1, they tried to use the win condition with the Galactic Legend in the CYA, but they just could not find the eliminations. They were able to open up space, but in that given moment, they kind of needed the elimination so that AAAd were not able to clap back. And with AAAd having ultimates now, are going to look to go for the counter blow. It's going to be a Galactic Legend battle, but it looks like Zeft will win out on top.
Yeah, take it away this time. I say goodbye to Snake and maybe more in a second. They will be looking to pick him up and drop him down. Nicely done by HK Mario there. And do more in a second here. Leaf does have the boundary if required. Netra going down, it means they could force something out of this in a second, but to stay disciplined, AAA going to be the ones to try and go first here. Try and burst onto the scene, taking it from the high ground and the low ground. Multiple points of contact. Trouble for RVL.
Yep, Rampage available on both sides, so whoever uses it first, it will create a lot of space. There we go. There's the call and the response coming in from both teams. Duba saving the Rampage on his end as Proxies uses the Rage of Ultron, will find one pick as AAAd still deemed that this fight might be winnable, but with Snake finding Proxies during the Rage of Ultron, that is an absolute crucial pick, and AAAd will take a mile out of this.
Yeah, they're not going to take it just one step. They're taking it all the damn way, Dan, and it will be the flip at long last going in their favor. So, going to be happy to gain some control here and see if they can gain more traction from this point as they take it slow. Snake just jiggle peeking into this one, looking to just try and get a bit more charge on their ult here, bring up some of the damage, but nothing more from there as the collapse will shut down Zeft.
Good looks for AAAd, finding the crucial eliminations. Rival do have the CYA online. Nosebite's going to aggressively use the Freedom Charge to just keep Rival at bay. Give AAAd more time to, one, get more percentage on the mission area, and two, to stack up ultimates on their end. Keep in mind, Captain America's ultimate provides 20% ultimate acceleration. Snake is trying to use the Galactic Legend. Great shot coming in for Proxies. That's a huge win for Rival, and they're going to try to capitalize on top of it.
Yeah, taking advantage of this one, Tuba going down and scooping up another. Good timing here coming out from Rival as they will get triple KO and maybe more around the corner. AAAd in a bit of trouble here. Do they adapt? Do they get there in time? The percentage is getting dangerously close here, Dan, but they've got one sneaking around. I see you, Rocco.
And they're going to try to go in. Rocco's trying to entry with the calling card. There's a lot of pressure involved. Rival do respond with the Freedom Charge. AAAd do not have any defensive options. Quasid needs to come up huge in order to get the dance floor. Yeah, just in time, but Rival doing a great job at holding off the aggression coming in from AAAd. The entry was there, but are they able to follow through? Snake is able to find Spocky. That is a huge pick. Rival lost all of their strategies because it's all up to Proxies to try to come up huge, but the drones only can do so much.
And the drones are now down and out of this one. Quasit sustaining them through this with the dance floor no more. And it will be the flip that they were searching for. So, well done to AAAd there to force the issue, take control of the fight. And RVL now sent packing for the reset. They do have the boundary on the other side of this though, and the Rage of Ultron.
So lots of space-making potential on the side of Rival. AAAd, they have the Kumio Unleashed, but it's very inconsistent in terms of that sustained potential. Rocco needs to find some sort of elimination, but he's not going to find anything. So Rival will be able to hold on to the BRB, so this fight could go on for a long time. And if it does go for a long time, Rival could easily come out on top.
Yeah, they could sustain their way through it. It would be exactly what they need here as well. Galactic Legend coming out. Liv can't afford to go down now either. Camille and Leech can be forced out. Rage of Ultron forced in contention here. Snake knows what's at stake. Shuts down Natra, and it's going to be the Devil Beast Rampage. They're beating its way through. Tuba doing their best to shut down Lick through this one. They succeed. Lick's back with the BRB though, so it's not all over and out. It's going to be the Galactic Legend. They're playing around the pole right now. Foxy. So sneaky onto that one. They won't get away in the end though. AAAd will be able to find success. Oh, they're trying to stall it out the end, but it's over, it's out, and AAAd take it away.
Huge bite coming in from Duba, biting Lick inside of his own invisible boundary, and then kind of just like airdrops him down into the abyss. And that was enough. Yeah, you talked about it, right? The BRB did bring him right back, but the value was already there. You shut down the invisible boundary so fast to the point where Rival were essentially relying on that ultimate in order to sustain themselves and try to outpace AAAd's sustain. But heroics coming in from Duba there. AAAd immediately capitalized. Snake with the Galactic Legend was all that it took for Rival to just crumble down. Netra's portal doesn't really do a damn thing because everyone going down in overtime means that their respawn timers are extended by a few more seconds, and it was all Netra, right? Only he was able to stall, everyone else being in the spawn room trying to wait to respawn. AAAd immediately take advantage, and you could see how well AAAd navigated around the Rocket Raccoon one-sided. As AAAd, they used the tempo to their advantage. They play fast, they win fast, and they were able to prevent Rival from any room in terms of trying to use that win condition with the CYA.
Yeah, they tried to shut them down over and over again there, and now see some of our favorite moments from both capture points in contention here. Started off with the Rocco show, so they got a lot of value out of that Black Cat, right? Like, especially on into our second capture point as well. I liked how they just kept a Rocco as like that secret weapon in a lot of times there, playing onto the off angles there, ready to try and contest it when required. And yeah, they managed to find some good moments of brilliance, but RVL, they managed to gain a few bits of percentage as well. Like, it was actually pleasantly surprising to see them contesting the way that they did there. Unfortunately, not able to really put it through to a success or close there, but it showed they're still giving it their all here.
I mean, Rival did a great job. Like, huge props to them in trying to make that one-sided Raccoon work. But then again, it was just the sheer amount of aggression coming in from AAAd, knowing that they're able to navigate around the win conditions of Rival. Rival just unfortunately could not get themselves over the line, and that crucial knockout onto Lick was kind of just the nail in the coffin. Rival had a great chance of sustaining themselves in that fight, but unfortunately, it all came down to the micro plays. As a Rival, can they recover? Are they able to dig themselves out of the deep pools of lava as we head into map number 2? So don't go anywhere. We'll see if Rival are able to clap back.
Fortune. You crossed my path! Gotcha!
Hellfire!
We got one last chance tonight to get to a map 3, and I don't know if it's going to happen. If this is Microplay City and we're population AAAd, it's looking like it might not happen, guys. But you look, Snake, absolute MVP of Hell's Heaven. He looked fantastic in the process, man, and regardless of what the bands looked like, I don't know. I think you have to shut down this Star-Lord somehow.
I mean, it all comes down to the band draft. Rival put a lot more emphasis on the strategist lineup. Yeah, they did take away one of those hit scan options with the Phoenix, but gearing more towards the one-sided Rocket Raccoon meant that AAAd could utilize Snake in whatever hero that he chose.
Oh,
and
wow.
The Galactic Legend was the best option on the Star-Lord, as yeah, we're going into familiar territory here.
Are you sure? I don't think I've ever seen this map before.
Oh, really?
I have
feel
horrible
like
amnesia.
if you watch other regions, I'm sure it'll all come back.
What?
I feel like the Museum of Contemplation bug has infected the rest of the world. Every other region is playing Museum, and they seem to
parasite.
love it. They seem to love Museum. Like I have numbers right here. Like when you tune into an America's broadcast of Ignite, you have a 30% chance of seeing Museum of Contemplation.
Yeah, and for us, it's like
That's
80.
Yeah, I don't even know the numbers back in preseason. I remember it was like, what, 20 times it was picked.
Sure, why not? It's probably double that now, and we're like 3 days into the new stage. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, why? Why Museum of Contemplation of all maps? Is it because each point feels like a different meta?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
It's always Museum.
Yeah, it's so difficult, right, to get past, I guess, that first and second checkpoint there. And maybe that's what some teams are trying to play into, is that full spawn hole potential there, really giving it their all into this one. But Keg, I gotta say, if you've forgotten Museum, I'm convinced maybe you're stuck in one division.
Don't even know my name.
Yep.
It happens.
You're
That
stuck in one
head injury,
division.
half of my skull's gone.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, while Keg is getting that checked out, we're going to go into the band draft. So we'll see how Rival decide to adjust here. They tried to put emphasis on the one-sided Rocket Raccoon. It did not work out for them. AAAd kind of just outpaced them every step of the way. So do we see adjustments for Rival, or do they just say, let it ride, try it one more time, see if it sticks this time around?
Yeah, let's see if they're going to let it rock here, as they will be looking to lock out the Mantis. And it is going to be the Dinosaur taken away this time for both sides. So, who will be the next band for AAAd? Probably going to match it with the Mantis again. Could go in a whole other direction. Nah, it's not going to happen. Everyone's looking to stay tried and true, so we will pull through.
Yep, Mantis being taken away to prevent the damage boost, providing a little bit more of that ultimate acceleration, right? With Mantis facilitating that to its full potential, as well as preventing the rush down as well, especially when both sides have access to Devil Dinosaur. AAAd looking to take away the Luna Stow. Rival respond with the Phoenix Band. So now Rival might just run it back. Yep, they're going to do just that. Will secure the Rocket Raccoon. Do AAAd secure on their end, however?
They have to think about it. They do have the opportunity to lock it in on the Protect for themselves, considering that's next here, but they might just put focus elsewhere. I mean, they were just fine without it into Domination, so I think they'll probably be fine without it again. Maybe they put priority over the Black Cat again, considering how much impact that made for them. But, you know, if they can look to lock in the Rocket, why not? It will only further their value.
Yep.
And yeah, it's going to be double-sided this time, so they can collide the clash of the CYAs.
So now they don't have to worry about the timing of the CYA, right? If they see it go off, they can just match it. No problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Both sides won't have access to Endsong Inferno, so that CYA is going to have to be naturally burned away, as the Star-Lord going to get taken away from AAAd. Good look from Rival, realizing that AAAd, they want to rely on the win condition with the CYA, try to pair it with another damage-related ultimate, and now without that Galactic Legend, AAAd are going to have to look elsewhere.
Yeah, they're putting Rocco back onto the Black Cat again, though, and here is the obvious choice. It's going to be Punisher. Locked down this time. We've seen Punisher make some big impacts on a Museum before, and they're looking to do it again. No Smite could be playing into perhaps the Venom this time. Can switch it up to Cap if they want to, but I've got to respect the decision here. We've seen Venom do some great work before. It could happen again. Ooh. Okay, maybe looking to change it up. We'll see what the real compositions are once everybody gets to take a look at the spawn points here. For now, let's enjoy some of the nice views of the map again.
Yeah, I know for a fact, right? We're not going to see any of this part of the map. At this point, we only know the first checkpoint. I feel like that's all we've been seeing, right? From the spawn room on the attacking side to the first checkpoint. Very rarely do we see more of the Museum, as AAAd starting out on the attacking side. Rival chose to be on the defensive first, so who knows? Maybe AAAd could go for a deep run in this round of Museum.
Yeah, could be exactly what they're hoping for here. So we'll be jumping in to opening engagements now. AAAd already breaking past the first hurdle here, and looking to force the issue ahead again. Snake, shotty in
good
play, can shut them down there, but not going to be able to enable it yet. Oh, there you go. HK Mario out of it, back in it with the BRB, and Zet will be the next target of focus.
Great kidnap coming in from Duba to isolate the opposing Devil Dinosaur. Will burn away the BRB. So HK Mario does have a second chance, but with the sheer amount of damage coming out of AAAd, HK Mario has to literally tuck tail and run, and Zept is not going to be lucky as a quick left click from Nosebite just finishes the deal.
Yeah, we'll be able to finish it, and Snake doing the same. A lick going down there, and looking for more around the corner, and you just feel RVL are so separated right now, right? They're very split apart on both sides of the entrance here. It's going to be very troublesome for them to try and contend. They have a portal. It's not going to get there in time. Unless that's no way.
Oh, so close though. That was so close, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. Rival will have to concede this first checkpoint. AAAd is kind of speedrunning through right now. Netra does go down, but brought right back means he'll have a second chance of participating in this team fight, but with Snake just quietly shotgunning people into the backs of Rival, it's not going to really help out too much.
Yeah, it's not going to be really helping out in any way, shape, or form there. So, going to be swarming ahead of this one, AAAd right now, and going to continue to enable themselves with bigger plays here. Those might playing from a distance right now. I got to respect it, you know. They're just paying respect towards RVL, not looking to afford them any close opportunities. Strangling Prison is at the ready if they do want to turn the tides in this one. And with the Rage of Ultron coming out, they could be looking to enable it. CYA into the final judgment here, trying their best to burst their way through this one. Strangling Prison locks up in place, already clearing out two, breaking in with more Quasit. Now opening it up, and it is going to be triple down from a Snake there. So good stuff in KO City, and they get the final one from Rocco. Just the cherry on top.
Yeah, he's just playing solo press forward, try to pressure Rival away, and he does just that. AAAd are able to secure the second checkpoint, able to find another pick onto Proxies, who is forced into the cocoon. We'll see if he does, in fact, commit onto it as Rocco goes in with the calling card. Invis Boundary invested on Rival as well to try to force Rocco away. But that's a job well done already. Rocco able to force out one of those big strategist ultimates on the side of Rival means that they're going to have to resort to this win condition. Zept is taking a lot of damage, but he's able to find one in the end.
Yeah, one in the end, and looking for more around the side of it. Zept does enable it. There it is, locking in the KO. Not going to be able to slip away this time, and might even find it more around the corner as AAAd managed to squirm their way away from that one, and will be able to reset accordingly. I like the fact that Proxies has the Atom on lock now. You can play into the double resurrection composition there, Karmic Revival to try and stifle efforts, and more to follow. But Netra playing in to the Psionic Seduction here, trying to see if they can catch them off guard, get them out of space there. Quasit's just built different, shuts down Zeft single-handedly.
Huge amount of damage coming in, is not enough to finish off the elimination, as the Rocket Raccoon can in fact do a lot of damage. There's the Devil Beast Rampage coming in from Duba to provide extra space for AAAd, and Snake is just there doing as usual, right? Just getting the shotgun down, doing all of those eliminations. Oh, hello, Wick. Bro just kind of just appeared out of nowhere. He's like, hello, and then goodbye.
Yeah, they were evacuated from the server real quick there, and Snake is looking to find more points of contact here, locking in a lot of damage from afar here. Not giving them even a moment to relax into this one, because they're slowly but certainly pushing up the mission vehicle, and RVL, they need to prepare themselves quick as they can. Like, they're not too close to any of their ults right now. It's going to be a real big race to get the boundary at a minimum.
Oh my god. Yeah, Rival have no room to breathe. The AAAd are just literally choking them to absolute oblivion. HK Mario just gonna eat a full face of bullets, says Snake is just gonna take advantage of the CYA. Rival really want to rely on this Karmic Revival in terms of that win condition, try to bail themselves out, because when AAAd utilize too much of their ultimate economy, Proxies in theory should just bring them right back, but okay. Alright, why not, right? Solo Strangling Prison onto Proxies, force out the cocoon as AAAd want to just keep the pain train going further and further. Proxies thankfully is able to use the cocoon to get the Karmic Revival down, but with Rocco on the calling card and Rival still not at their ultimates just yet, means that AAAd have the upper hand in terms of tempo.
Yeah, have the upper hand for now, and they could find more, but Rocco gonna go down, calling card at the ready as well. Zapto could use it, but won't need it. We'll be able to find plentiful amounts of KOs on this one, doing a great job to stall them out, but the response back from AAAd has been just as impressive here. They are not falling down in this fight. They will be falling back for the moment. So, RVL get ahead of it, and they're pretty close to more ults as well.
Yeah, Rival had to win this fight in order to stabilize and also prevent AAAd from getting his full push down. Good Karmic Revival to try to stall out the opportunity for AAAd to go for that very full push, as Rival do have ultimates at the ready. So Proxies has bought enough time for Rival to stack those up and use them at any given moment. AAAd now on the back foot in terms of ultimate economy means that once Rival pull the trigger here, they should be able to out-sustain what AAAd wants to do. But AAAd are going to spread out at the beginning here, try to make some of that space before getting control of the mission vehicle, but with Zep terrorizing the back line, Rival are going to make this very, very economic in terms of ultimate economy.
Yeah, looking great on this one. Proxies and Zaps are committing AO theft onto this one, and we'll be looking to lock down even more from here. So, steering things in a great direction. They've stalled out so much time. They're looking great right now. See if AAAd can match them, if not exceed them, as RVL have full advantages. CYA coming up right now, so they can stall them out a little further. And it's going to be the calling card as well. Just looking to wait things out here. Snake does have a little trap in order as well. The final judgment could be a big difference maker here at the last stages of this fight.
Rival should have found eliminations there. They committed so much there, CYA and the calling card, and they got absolutely no eliminations. It means that they're gonna have to rely on the Lick to sustain the rest of Rival, but with AAAd's ultimates coming online very, very soon, final fight territory looks very scary for Rival right now.
Could be exactly what they're hoping for as the Stampede continues to stomp away. Tuba taking out a play there. It's going to be the final judgment into the CYA, clearing space, and AAAd will be able to take ownership of this place here. Netro tries to play the line of sight, can't use the Carbon Crush to get away, as they will say goodbye. And now Spocky going down as well. No BRB, no worries, everybody falling. It's good store from Lick there, but I mean, it only can do so much for them, as they will still be stalling. Great stuff from Zeft to try and trickle it out. HK Mario, though, can be sorted out of play as well here. Netra on the cap. They're doing everything they can into this one. Dan, the Fish of the Abyss, though, the calling card are going to be locked into this one. Absolutely shredding the back line right now and are looking to send it home from here. It's the Kumiho Unleashed. It's everything brought out from AAAd here, as they will break free of their clutches. Get it over the line for a penta KO, and that is that. Full push all the way.
Great look for AAAd, able to survive the aggression coming in from Rival. You gotta call back to it, right? That had to have been a little bit of a mistake coming in from Rival, getting a little too overzealous with their ultimate economy, trying to find all the eliminations possible, but they did not find a single thing, and that gave AAAd enough time to build up their own economy, and it got to a point because of Rival using those ultimates aggressively, mainly Zeft on the Black Hat ult, Spucky on the Rocket Raccoon ultimate, means that AAAd just have to play the long game. They just have to use a few of those ultimates to the point where Rival eventually have absolutely nothing, and you saw how impactful it was in that overtime fight, right? AAAd just went in with the rest of their ultimate economy. Rival had absolutely nothing, and AAAd were just essentially able to out-sustain the entirety of Rival's ultimate economy because, quite frankly, Rival got a little too hasty with it.
Yeah, a little bit too quick to the heel there. So we'll be able to seal the deal on that push there. Now, RVL are going to have to bring out an impressive push of their own here. I'm curious if they're going to be able to match the energy, if not exceed it, onto this one. As you do prepare for the next push ahead of us, the gates are open. Let's get ready to rumble.
AAAd running still a double strategist lineup. Putting Mandu on the Loki means that his best option in terms of copying a strategist ultimate is either onto Quasid, so there's a second version of the CYA, a second version of the BRB, or if he's able to find an angle, get a pick in terms of copy onto Lick. But now Snake already burning away the BRB means that Rival will be able to capitalize on the first true elimination.
Yeah, going to be able to find that one in the beginning there. So getting a lot of traction in their attacking phase here and really doing a great job to separate AAAd here. Tuba, though, will be able to scoop ahead of one of their own. HK Mario back on track for the BRB, though. And RVL responding kindly there. Will be able to fall back and now stack up the damage. Look to lock it in the long term here. So great to see the change up. Proxy's back onto the Triad and true duelist role there. We saw this from them in their Vulcan Red days. And it's good to see them back in this one.
Great looks from Lick there, isolating Rocco, trying to escape to safety. Netra even finding no smite, so the BRB is already invested. Tuba does channel the portal, brings AAAd back into even footing, as I think another BRB brings Snake back. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he was just at a sliver of HP, but at the very least, AAAd are able to capitalize with the CYA, so Rival are going to have to look to fight another day.
Yeah, they're going to have to fall back for the moment, look to see if they can get back on track later. I mean, they're almost at a full deck of ults. So
yep.
I think they're going to be just fine heading into this next fight. I mean, the only thing that AAA can match with is a God of Mischief and the Final Judgment, maybe. So maybe they replicate the CYA there and just team wipe them. And it looks like they might be doing that. There we go. Tuba, the first one to shut it down. Zapped. Still looking good with the rage there, but not for long. They're disengaged in kind there. So, going to be a good response from AAAd to try and disparage some of their opponent's power, but RVL still got 4 ults. They're looking good. They can break past this.
There's a chance that Rival essentially just out-sustain AAAd at the current moment. If Rival are able to play properly, because AAAd have found ways to try to counteract what Rival have been doing with abilities of their own. Proxy is going to use the Final Judgment to create all of that space. AAAd are going to immensely respect it because that's just too much damage to handle. But with Netra extending that space in favor of Rival means that AAAd are going to have to try to clutch it out with Rocco on the calling card. How much value does he get? Because right now it's Rival doing their best, but Zeft is able to follow through. Rival will get to the first checkpoint.
Yeah, we'll be able to follow through in the end there. So, going to be a well-earned push in the beginning there as they take advantage of the tools afforded to them. They will be able to force the issue one step closer. AAAd now in a bit of trouble under this one. Need to see if they can figure out another way forward here towards the edge of our second choke point here. And RVL, they're looking to find the next point of contact real quick.
When do AAAd want to pull the trigger? Do they wait for Snake to get his Final Judgment ready to go? Or is Quasit just going to use to try to aggressively find eliminations? As a great choke slam coming in from Duba, but him being so low means that the greens are going to be invested by Mandu on AAAd. So Rival do have a decent opportunity to try to clap right back. Quasit will aggressively use CYA.
Will aggressively push it in there, so trying to match them and see if they can exceed them there, but no smite. Going to be shut out of the line of sight, and the fight there will be able to light things up. Zept is back with the BRB, Tuba the same, and Snake in trouble there. Somehow sustaining through, then he heals, they will be able to peel through proxies. So it's going to be A-okay for AAAd in that one, and now they're looking to see if they can fight back here.
crucial 1v1 win for Snake. Now has access to the final judgment. Could easily rip apart Rival because Rival have no safety net. They have to run away or else they risk getting eliminated by Snake. And they only lose out on 2, so Rival are easily able to rebound and look for a different angle, a different approach in as Rival getting closer and closer to that CYA on the side of Spocky. As AAAd, though, will have ways to shut it down, especially Mandu on the God of Mischief. Duba could easily do the same by suppressing Rival's push with a well-placed Psionic Seduction.
Here it goes. It is going to be pushing into play already, trying to disperse them here. Not going to catch much from it though. CYA, maybe locked in play. Mandu brings it out for the final judgment. Could push it out of play just as quickly here. Notify comes back though from the BRB. Calling card down and out as well. Rocco trying their best to lock it down. It's another CYA pushed into play there. Proxy's going down now as well. AAAd just going to be able to push past them there and blow them away. So that's going to be a good way to match them. But now we head down to the minute mark. Not much utility at either side's disposal.
Yeah, great sustain coming in from AAAd, able to stagger out their ultimates perfectly. So that when Rival looked for those eliminations, AAAd had a second wave of CYA that easily shut it down. Thankfully, Netra does hold on to the Psionic Seduction. So if Rival wants to create even more space, they can resort to that ultimate.
Can look to lock it in here. Rocco,
Oh
no, shuts down Spocky. That's a crucial piece in these final fights, and they will be able to shut it away. But Incept looking to shut away Snake as well. Brought back by the BRB. Will have the final judgment if they will hold through. But no, HK Mario stomping away and jumping away.
Wait.
Rocco trying to fight back with their team. It's 4 versus 3. Netra doing the best they can here. Carbon Crush, it don't even matter. 5 seconds. HK Mario in deep trouble. Carbon Crush won't let them in, and it will be AAAd locking them out.
How in the world did AAAd come back from that? They lost, I think, like 2 members. They were at a huge man disadvantage, and somehow, some way, Rocco, Duba, and the rest of the remaining members of AAAd were just able to find crucial eliminations. And that's all it took. AAAd, off of Snake, going absolutely ballistic on the Punisher, were just able to get themselves across the line. Gotta give credit to Rocco as well on the Black Cat, being able to consistently find eliminations onto the back line of Rival, right? Spocky literally did all he could to try to get away from Rocco, but even still was not enough.
Yeah, not enough at all. There's no escape from Rocco on the Black Cat there. They did such impressive work on that hero, and I mean, it goes to show, you know, they were focused up on shutting down the rocket when and where possible. There was nowhere to hide for Spocky into that one, unfortunately. So, got to give props to our duelist players, you know, Snake and Rocco combining forces in order to enable their path to victory.
I mean, you can see how well AAAd are playing as a team. This is what we pretty much expected, right? Being able to cohesively be able to combine their ultimates in tandem with each other. And then Rival tried to do a bit of that same thing, but AAAd were just as good as disengaging. Every time Rival looked for those opportunities, AAAd used cover, were able to disengage. Just walk away from the engagement and then come back even stronger, because Rival, we saw them make very aggressive moves, but unfortunately just was not able to translate into value.
I'm really curious to see where everyone ends up in the stats today, because genuinely speaking, I don't know if this loss from AAAd is going to send Rival Esports to that lower area where they might not qualify for playoffs. Remember, in Asia, 6 out of 8 of these teams will be going to the playoffs in person, whereas OCE will be making up those last 2 teams. So for Rival Esports, this could be a make or break moment for them. But it's interesting too, because even though AAAd did win this 2-0, it really did feel close in the server at times. There were superstar players like HK Mario that could have swung things around.
Oh yeah. I think that there was some really impressive plays coming through there. And I mean, like, it's not just HK Mario, right? Zeft managed to make some big
Oh,
waves
yeah.
for their team as well. They were just like a tsunami, you know, just absolutely overwhelming some of the players on the other side of things there. So it's really impressive how they have those little moments of brilliance. You know, we saw a lot of it, but unfortunately not able to rise up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there, but it really goes to show that I think even from preseason to now, a lot of the teams inside of Asia have really tightened that gap a lot more. It was more of an OCE thing, I can't lie, but we did see a little bit of it in Asia. We're seeing a lot less spawn holds in Museum of Contemplation.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take it.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty
Like the
good
other parts of the
part.
map.
We'll take
Yeah,
it.
I know. Dan's always like, I don't know what the third point looks like. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, we
and
do.
finally,
Yeah.
we did. Was it glorious, Dan? Was
Yeah,
it everything you ever
I
hoped
got
for?
to actually see Doctor Strange in play for the first time in a very, very long time. I think the last time was like all the way back when Kanga played against JFT in Stage 1.
Yeah, I mean, it feels
Yep.
like it was a long time ago, and we're just waiting for our interview right now, but the way things are swinging by, was there a superstar player for you guys today from any of the games that we've seen? Any team?
Ooh, we're gonna have to use our thinking caps, or at least use the time stone to roll back the time at the very least to remember everything that happened, because there were a lot of different clutch plays coming
Yeah.
in throughout this entire night. There were so many different players that came up absolutely huge, but I mean, you got to look at EXO as a whole. I mean, Zeta just keeps cooking on the Groot. Like, how do you stop him?
Yeah.
I feel like he has been the superstar, not just here today, but also just like throughout the entirety of week 1, because he has been cooking on Groot. I don't know how he's able to get so many multi-man Groot ults. No one knows, but it's exactly what EXO needed in order to get themselves over the line.
Bro is the king of strangling prisons. That is something I'd put on my tombstone. But unfortunately, I've also been told by production and by my family that's probably not a good idea to have on my gravestone by the time I'm dead. But I will say, though, to make things a little bit easier, right, we did have some superstar players. Were there any teams that really stood out to you guys today? Because for me, I think XO was the MVP for me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think that they've definitely made great strides between the preseason and now. They feel like a whole new team, right?
Yeah.
And, I'm really hopeful that they can continue on this reign of terror. You know,
Yeah.
I think they've got a lot more exciting matches ahead of them. I think they're facing AAAd next, the first day of week 2, if I'm not mistaken. So we're definitely gonna have to ask them about that one. But I mean, another thing that I want to highlight there is I think we should give a little bit of love to Wounds for taking away the Hexa today. I think that's the one player,
Yeah.
you know, on one of the other teams, which I think definitely deserves a bit of love.
Yeah, I think Burgers was up there too. I really enjoyed watching them play. Again, they're the new kid on the block, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to look at the MRC champions, the Season 6 ones were Pirates that made almost international fame and rivals for how flawless they went through in a preseason, but just barely fell short. Those are some big shoes to fill in.
Yeah, I mean, we have an idea of how well Burger can play against Ignite level talent. We were asking a lot of questions, right? The roster of Burger have a lot to prove, right? When we looked at Pirates as a roster, we knew that they had an immense amount of mechanical skill. A lot of those players on Pirates have played in Ignite before, so we had a general idea of how well they would be able to translate their gameplay into Ignite. But now with Burger coming in, they're quite literally very, very new players to the Ignite stage. They don't have that amount of experience like Pirates have, and already coming in with 2 wins is absolutely huge for this unproven team.
Look, we're old men when it comes to esports. We've been around the block. We've seen plenty of teams in a variety of games. Generally speaking, when you have a format like this, there's a bit of a difference between signed teams and unsigned teams in terms of strength. I think a team like XOXO and potentially even Burgers are the teams that really put that up to the test because they've been playing just as good as those Ignite teams. But what's that? Ring ring? Looks like we have our last interview of the night. Let's see who we have on the line. Oh, I think
Hello.
we got a
Oh.
spoiler. It's Quasit. Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
hello.
Quasit. How are you?
Hello, hello. I'm so happy.
Yeah, you're so happy? No, that's incredible. You
Yeah.
guys did such a good job today. So, my first question is, how would you evaluate your individual performance in this match? Did you do well?
I think I'm good.
Oh, yeah. You're
I'm
so
good.
good,
I'm
dude.
good. Yeah.
And then second question. A little bit more about your team. Who do you think was the big carry? Who was MVP in your win?
I think all teammates is good. So all good. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I think that's right.
Yeah.
No, fantastic work there. And I guess pushing things towards the win, how did your team communicate to get the game-winning play?
We first match just 10. We not good communicate with Mandu, but we could communicate now, so we can win. I think.
Okay. You know what? I'll take it. Quasit, you did a fantastic job. You've had a long day of playing in Ignite, so we'll let you take your rest. We really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you.